If you were born under the sign of Pisces, what you are about to hear is not by chance. There is something stirring in your life right now, something that has been building quietly beneath the surface, and between now and February, you are going to see it take shape in ways you may not have expected. Pisces carries a natural ability to sense what is coming before it fully arrives. You feel the shift in energy before others even notice something has changed. And right now, that sensitivity is picking up signals that your path is about to reveal new directions, new possibilities, and new reasons to trust what you have been feeling all along. For Pisces, life has never been about forcing outcomes or chasing what does not feel aligned. You move with intuition. You respond to what feels right, even when logic cannot explain it. And lately, you may have felt caught between what you know deep down and what the world around you seems to expect. But the weeks ahead are going to bring clarity in unexpected forms. Not through loud announcements or dramatic changes, but through quiet realizations, through doors that open just when you thought you were standing still, through connections that remind you why you trust your instincts in the first place. This is not about predicting every detail of your future. This is about recognizing that Pisces is entering a window of time where the fog begins to lift, where the confusion that has lingered starts to settle, and where the direction you have been searching for begins to show itself in real and tangible ways. You are not lost. You have been preparing, and what unfolds between now and February is going to prove that to you. The first direction that may emerge for Pisces is a deeper understanding of what truly matters to you right now. For so long, you may have carried responsibilities, relationships, or expectations that were never really yours to hold. Pisces has a way of absorbing what others need, what others feel, what others want, and sometimes that leaves little room for you to ask what you actually desire. But something is shifting. You are beginning to see more clearly what drains you and what restores you. You are starting to notice what feels like obligation and what feels like genuine connection. And as February approaches, this awareness is going to guide you toward choices that reflect your truth, not someone else's version of who you should be. This is not about becoming selfish or closing off. It is about finally giving yourself permission to honor what you feel without apologizing for it. Pisces often struggles with guilt when it comes to putting personal needs first, but the universe is showing you that protecting your energy is not rejection. It is alignment. It is making space for what is actually meant to reach you. The second direction involves a shift in how you perceive your own worth. Pisces has a tendency to undervalue what comes naturally. Because you give so freely, because you understand without needing explanations, because you hold space for others with such ease, you sometimes forget that these are not small things. These are gifts. And lately, you may have been questioning whether what you offer truly matters, whether anyone really sees it, whether you are doing enough. But between now and February, something is going to remind you that your presence alone carries value. It might come through a conversation that touches you more deeply than expected. It might come through recognition you were not seeking. It might come through a quiet moment where you finally see yourself the way others have been seeing you all along. This sign often waits for external proof before believing in its own significance. But the truth is, you do not need to prove anything. You do not need to become more visible, more assertive, more like the people who seem to demand attention effortlessly. What you bring is different. What you bring is felt. And the right people, the right opportunities, the right paths will always recognize that without you having to force it. Before we continue, if you want to follow the next 90 days with more clarity within your sign's energy, there is a 90-day astrological map that goes deeper into exactly the movements we're talking about here. It highlights phases, possible turning points, and key areas to pay attention to throughout the period. You can get it through the link in the pinned comment. I'm sure it will bring a lot of clarity to your path. Then come back and tell me in the comments what you thought. Now let's continue. The third direction is connected to releasing patterns of overextending yourself. Pisces has a deeply compassionate nature, and that compassion often translates into saying yes when you mean maybe, into staying when you should leave, into giving more than what is sustainable because you believe that is what love requires. But love does not require depletion. Care does not require sacrifice of self. And as February draws closer, you are going to feel a stronger pull toward boundaries that protect your peace without guilt attached to them. This is not about becoming cold or distant. It is about recognizing that your energy is sacred, and not everyone is meant to have unlimited access to it. Some people in your life have taken more than they have given, not because they are bad, but because you allowed it. And now you are being asked to recalibrate. To notice where you have been holding space for people who are not holding space for you in return. To see where your generosity has been mistaken for availability. To understand that walking away from what no longer serves you is not abandonment. It is honoring the life you are trying to build. The fourth direction may bring unexpected support from someone who truly understands you. Pisces often feels misunderstood, even by people who claim to know you well. Your depth, your sensitivity, your way of processing the world does not always translate easily to others. And because of that, you have learned to keep certain parts of yourself private to protect what feels too tender to expose. But something is shifting. Between now and February, there is a possibility that someone enters your life, or someone already present steps forward in a way that surprises you, offering the kind of understanding you have been craving without even realizing how much you needed it. This person may not be loud or dramatic in their presence. They may not announce themselves as a life-changing force, but their energy will feel different. Their attention will feel genuine. Their words will land in a way that makes you feel less alone. And for Pisces, that kind of connection is not small. It is everything. Because when you feel seen, truly seen, it restores something in you that no amount of surface-level interaction ever could. If this message resonated with your sign, trust it. This is not a coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to this sign, it sends the right signal at the right time. And you are here because you needed to hear this today. Your support, whether as a subscriber or a member, is what keeps these messages alive. Messages created especially for people of this sign. And if this video connected with you, leave your birthday in the comments. Let's continue. The fifth direction involves creative or spiritual expression finding new life. Pisces is naturally drawn to the unseen, the felt, the imagined. You process life through emotion, through art, through connection to something larger than yourself. And lately, you may have felt disconnected from that part of you. Life may have demanded too much practicality, too much focus on survival, too much attention to what needs to be done rather than what needs to be felt. But between now and February, there is a strong possibility that something reignites your creative or spiritual practice. Not as a hobby, not as something you do when you have time, but as something that grounds you, that reminds you who you are beneath all the noise. This could take many forms. It might be returning to something you loved years ago. It might be discovering a new way to express what you have been holding inside. It might be finding a community or practice that speaks to your soul in a way nothing else has. Whatever it is, it will not feel forced. It will feel like coming home. The sixth direction is about recognizing where you have been waiting for permission that you do not actually need. Pisces often hesitates to move forward until conditions feel perfect, until others approve, until the path is completely clear. But life rarely works that way. And right now, you are being shown that waiting for certainty is just another form of staying stuck. Between now and February, you may find yourself taking a step you have been putting off, not because everything suddenly aligned, but because you finally realized that waiting was costing you more than moving would. This is not about reckless decisions. This is about trusting that you know more than you give yourself credit for. This is about understanding that the people who matter will support you, and the ones who do not were never meant to stay. This is about choosing yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it goes against what you have been told is safe or acceptable. The seventh direction may involve financial or material shifts that bring more stability than you expected. Pisces does not always prioritize material security in obvious ways. You value peace, creativity, connection, and those things do not always translate into traditional measures of success. But that does not mean you do not deserve comfort. That does not mean you should struggle while others seem to move through life with ease. And between now and February, there is a real possibility that something shifts in your favor. An opportunity you were not looking for. A resolution to something that has been weighing on you. A door opening that allows you to breathe a little easier. This is not about sudden wealth or dramatic transformation. This is about the universe adjusting things in your favor because you have been holding on with grace, even when it was hard. Even when you did not know how much longer you could keep going. Even when you wondered if anything would ever change. The eighth direction is connected to healing an old wound that has been quietly influencing your choices. Pisces carries emotional memory in a way that other signs do not. You do not forget how something made you feel, even if you forget the details of what happened. And sometimes, that emotional imprint shapes your present in ways you do not fully recognize. But between now and February, something is going to surface that allows you to see an old pattern with new eyes. Not to relive the pain, not to reopen what you thought was closed, but to finally release it in a way that frees you to move differently. This might come through a conversation that offers closure you did not know you needed. It might come through a realization that shifts your understanding of why something hurt the way it did. It might come through simply deciding that you no longer want to carry what was never yours to hold in the first place. The ninth direction may bring clarity around a relationship that has felt uncertain. Pisces does not like endings. You hold on longer than most because you see potential, because you believe in transformation, because you feel what could be rather than what is. But sometimes holding on is not love. Sometimes it is fear disguised as hope. And between now and February, you are going to see a relationship more clearly. Not through confrontation, not through drama, but through a quiet knowing that tells you whether this connection is meant to grow, or whether it has already served its purpose. If it is meant to deepen, it will. If it is meant to end, that will become clear too. And either way, you will feel relief. Because uncertainty is harder on Pisces than almost anything else. You would rather know the truth, even if it hurts, than live in the limbo of maybe. The 10th direction is about stepping into a version of yourself that no longer apologizes for being different. Pisces has spent a lifetime trying to fit into spaces that were not designed for your sensitivity, your depth, your way of moving through the world. And because of that, you have learned to dim yourself, to make yourself smaller, to apologize for needing what you need. But that time is ending. Between now and February, you are going to feel a shift in how you show up. Not louder, not more forceful, but more certain, more grounded in the truth that you do not need to change who you are to deserve love, respect, or belonging. This is not about becoming someone else. This is about finally being yourself without explanation. And the people who are meant to stay will stay. The ones who are not will fall away. And that is not loss. That is alignment. So if you are Pisces, know this. The weeks ahead are not about waiting anymore. They are about recognizing what is already unfolding. They are about trusting that the quiet movements happening in your life are not accidents. They are redirections. They are adjustments. They are the universe making space for what you have been asking for, even if you never said it out loud. If this message found you today, it found you for a reason. Subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications. Support this work as a member if it speaks to you. These messages are created for people like you. People who feel deeply, people who need reminders that they are not alone in what they carry. And before you go, leave your birthday in the comments. Let this community know you are here. Let this space hold you the way you have been holding so much for so long. What is the one direction you feel stirring in your life right now, the one that feels closest to arriving?